Hey everybody, it's Maddie, and I want you to imagine that you and I are meeting for breakfast at a restaurant. Not just any restaurant, but a Waffle House. But we're sitting there and we're waiting for our food, and we just start to talk about ministry and life and the pursuit of happiness. I ask you how things are going, and you give me the typical answer, yeah, everything's great, everything's good. You ask me the same question. We dance on the edges of what's really on our hearts and on our minds. So I kick off the conversation and take it to the next level, and I tell you about a recent job interview that I've had, where in the interview at the church, one of the board members asks me, what am I going to do to have success at the church? What am I going to do to grow the youth ministry? What am I going to do to be successful in this job? And I tell you that the room got really weird when that question came out, and people were wondering, why was he asking the word success, and why does that have to be part of the conversation, almost as if it wasn't spiritual. And then I even tell you the funny story of how a couple days after the interview, the senior pastor of the church called me and apologized, literally apologized that someone would want to know what I was going to do to be successful at the church. It's almost as if success is like a no-no word at church, right? It's almost as if success is one of those words that we know exists, but we don't really speak it out loud. We don't mention it. And I've wondered why. Why is it that we shrug away and shy away in the Christian world and in ministry from talking about success and what makes us successful? Then I start to think even more. Well, what would it mean for you to have success in life? And so I throw out that question while we're sitting at Waffle House on the intersection of I-40 and Mount Juliet Road. And I ask you, what does it mean for you to have success in life? Does it mean to have more financial freedom, where you can go the places that you want to go and visit the locations and family and friends that you want to visit? Is it more of having success in having more students join your ministry or give their heart to Jesus? Is success something to where you can dream and you can have vision of what you want life to be? Is success being able to walk into a meeting and knowing that you've done your best? All of us have different answers to that question, but I think it's also interesting that when we think of success, we only think of them in certain categories. We think, well, maybe I can be successful in my marriage, or maybe I can be successful in my job, or maybe I can be successful in my ministry or my finances. But we take this position for some reason that we can't be successful across the board. I want to share with you what author Rory Vaden said when it comes to success. He said, success is never owned. It's only rented, and the rent is due every day. The church that I was interviewing at had forgotten what success meant and the responsibility of success. It was looking at success from 20, 30, 40 years ago. I have worked for companies who have forgotten what it means to be successful in their industry, relying on success that they've had over the span of the last generation. But the reality is, the question that gentleman asked me in that room, it was a question not just to myself, but to everyone there. Because I think he understood that success is never owned. It's only rented, and the rent is due every day. Thanks for all you do. Keep pushing forward. We love you. We'll see you next time. Hey everybody, it's Maddie with Group Mission Trips, and in this 24-year journey of youth ministry I've been on, I have learned that ministry is never going to be easy, but it can be a lot easier. These practical youth ministry tip videos that we send out, they're designed to just make you smile, give you a little bit of joy for the journey, possibly even make you laugh, while just reminding all of us of some practical youth ministry, just tips that we can all use from time to time. Regardless of where you're at in your ministry season or even in the world, just please know
That we at Group Mission Trips, we love you. We are praying for you. We are cheering you on. So thank you so much for what you do, and keep pushing forward.